Okay. Hello and welcome back to our podcast, You Jump, I Jump. I'm Jamie and this is Giselle. And what a week we've had.
What a week.
I don't know if that's true. It just seemed like the right thing to say.
Yesterday felt like a week, but I don't want to talk about it. When you have a certain thing happen bodily, it feels like an eternity. So I'm just going to leave it like that for me. Yesterday felt like an entire week.
I remember now.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it feels like a week.
Wow.
What a week, I mean.
What a week. What about watch anything good?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so yesterday I saw, have you ever seen Parenthood?
The movie?
Yeah.
Parenthood.
It's with Steve Martin, Keanu Reeves, a young, beautiful Keanu Reeves. Rick Moranis.
Oh my gosh, I've never seen it.
Shut up.
No, I've never seen it.
Okay, now you have to see it. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I'll have to see it.
And I feel like I'm not even a parent, and I could relate to everything that's going on.
Who's
only
the
because
parent
through
in it?
you.
What's the
Steve Martin is the parent.
Of
so
Keanu?
It's about, no.
Say.
So it's Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, and then the single mother. So they're all connected. They're all like, I think they're siblings, but no, Rick Moranis' wife is related to Steve Martin.
Okay.
And then the single mother with two kids, that's the sister. So it's like three siblings and they all have families.
Okay.
And they all like kind of, it just feels so real. It's a Ron Howard movie.
Okay.
So they talk about like, just like, I can't believe how real it is.
Oh.
How
Raw.
I didn't know that became a show called Parenthood on its own. Like it's a series. It was, I guess it was inspired by the movie.
With who?
I don't know. It's like a cast. I think even, what's his name? Kristen Bell's husband. Dax, sorry.
He's
Dax
in it?
Shepard. Yeah, he's in Parenthood.
Oh, okay.
Anyways.
In the show or the movie?
In the movie. I don't want to tell you about
Okay,
the
don't
funny
tell me about
parts,
it,
But basically, Keanu is in it with, I didn't know this, so Martha Plimpton. I love her. She was in the show called Raising Hope, and that's the only time I actually got to know her was through that. I didn't know Martha, I didn't know her work before that. She dated River Phoenix.
Okay.
So they're dating. Also, little Joaquin Phoenix is in the movie. Wow. It took me, I think near half the movie, I was like, wait a minute.
Who is that?
He was so good as a little boy.
Aww. He's still good.
He's amazing, yeah. He was playing the Martha
What's your
Plimpton's
favorite movie of his?
Joaquin. Name me some movies.
Walk the Line.
I've never seen it.
Joker.
Oh yeah, okay, Joker.
Her.
I've never seen it.
Dang.
Loved him in Joker.
I'm drawing a
I think
blank.
that's it.
Love that Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix. I mean, he's been
in
on
a lot of
things.
things.
Right?
Yeah, it's hard to even. I wish we could pull it up. Then I would.
Damn, I wish I could.
Be so much better because I hate doing it off the top of my head. I'm
Could
a little
I?
bit forgetful. Don't.
I'm scared.
Yeah, don't do it. But mine is Walk the Line with him.
Oh, I never seen with Reese, right?
Oh my God, both of their performances were just always they're so good. Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But it was so nice to see Rick Moranis.
Oh,
Him playing an asshole though, kind of like a stuck up little.
What a joy.
Yeah, but I really like that they showed the real side of Parenthood.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know, but they showed it, and they didn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but they didn't. That movie, it was 2 hours long, and it felt like I was watching a series. That's how I feel like it's. You made a really excellent movie when I feel like all the characters are well developed.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite things too.
But it was so weird because within the first 5 minutes of the movie, Steve Martin's in his tidy whities. In his tidy whities. You can see it all.
Oh.
I was not prepared. I mean,
I wouldn't be either. I mean, no shame.
Congrats
I don't know
to Steve Martin, but that
No.
but it's so weird.
Oh no.
It's so weird. He's like father to no one.
I was like, I hope not to you. And
do you know
what
that he's
you're
never
saying.
aged? Do you feel like he's never aged? He's been, because that was 1989. That movie came out. He was 44. He still looks 44. So,
He's always had like white hair, or did he have like salt and pepper at that time?
Had white hair.
Wow.
Also,
I think
Keanu
that's the
was
way
in
to
his,
do it.
tidy whities.
Wow. Okay.
Just like back to back. I was like, wow.
Okay.
It's great.
Wow.
So watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
So good.
Okay, I'll have to watch it.
Netflix.
Got it. Sounds good.
What did you watch? Anything fun?
I started a series called Ginny and Georgia that has been around since 2021, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. So far, I'm only on the first season. I finished the first season.
Oh, okay.
And I really like it. What I don't like is the person making it, I hate to call them out, but a little pervy. They will like do such long like sex scenes or sexually explicit scenes with the high school kids and cut off the adult ones, which I'm fine with. I hate watching a sex scene. Nothing I hate more than watching a sex scene, especially with my entire family watching the sex scene.
Yeah.
Nothing worse, right? But the fact that the children's, and none of them are actually children,
Okay.
but the fact that even I didn't like that about Never Have I Ever, because that is only about kids, right? Like that's only about high school kids.
Yeah.
But this show is about a mother and daughter.
Yeah.
So it's weird that the high school, I guess like make out or whatever scenes, sex scenes are so long, so drawn out, really. Not even long, drawn out. Like there is no need, it doesn't add anything for them to be this long. And it's weird.
I can already see your face.
But it wouldn't be so weird if the adult scenes were just as long. I'd be like, okay, this show just like likes to milk the sexual interaction. Mm-hmm. But it's just the high school kid scenes that are very long.
Yikes.
The adult scenes are like we kiss, now we're in bed together. That's it.
Yeah.
The kid scenes are like,
is this a comedy?
Crazy. It's not a comedy. Some parts are funny. It's a dramedy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I mean, it's funny. I like the way it's written. The actors are really good.
Is there nudity? No, right?
Can't
be among the kids?
Nudity. No, no. But it's just weird. Like,
were you uncomfortable with that? Never Have I Ever Seen?
it wasn't my. She looks so beautiful.
I know. She looks so perfect.
Facially, it just wasn't. Not that there was anything wrong with her body. I'm just saying. Facially, she looked beautiful.
I'm saying her makeup was so pretty.
I didn't like her outfit.
It was a dream sequence.
It was just like whatever.
It was supposed to show her body.
No.
Through a male's perspective.
Yeah, I
right?
understand. The body, it wasn't that her body's beautiful. It wasn't that. It was just her face looked beautiful. I loved the way her makeup was. I loved her whole thing. Like, you know, I feel like you've seen one body, you've seen them all.
Whoa.
But her makeup was really, really nice. And I loved like the lighting. It was
it was very pretty.
Just really nice. But, no, actually, you know what? I didn't really like the outfit. I wish they had gotten a little bit more imaginative with the outfit. Like, this is a dream sequence. I don't know if a guy is dreaming that. Such a like Fashion Nova dream. Like, I think he's dreaming like maybe a lacy dream or I'm just saying, I don't think it was like.
What do you think men dream about?
Probably just naked.
Nakedness, that's
yeah.
what I would think.
But
maybe
it wouldn't.
We should ask Jesse.
It wouldn't involve stockings, I'm just going to say. It wouldn't involve thigh-high stockings, which is what she wore. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But
isn't it weird that and I feel this way now because back then I didn't feel uncomfortable about sex scenes in movies. Now I'm like, I squirm a little bit.
I know.
What it is.
It is weird.
I don't know what it is.
It's like not as, I think your imagination isn't as good. Right? Like you can't, envision yourself as the character, as the person. Like, you're so immersed. I feel like now I'm a bit less immersed. I'm like listening to crying or breastfeeding in breaks when I can.
Yeah.
And I just think that before, you could like shut your lights, be alone in your room, completely immerse yourself. And now it's like, what if Boomer has diarrhea? Like, there's just too much to take you out of there. Your phone rings, your phone goes off, there's a notification. You're not as immersed. So it's like, maybe that's why it bothers you, because you're like, oh, wait, I'm watching this. I'm not there, like, just seeing them, I guess. I don't know, but it does make me weird now. It makes me weirded out. But nothing against the actors. They were doing fine. It was just that. But I do like this series because almost all the characters are flawed. And I enjoy seeing that because that's real.
That's what Parenthood also showcased, that everyone had issues. But it wasn't like, you know how in real life, when you have a problem with someone, that's not like the end of it, right? Like sometimes in movies, it's like you have this one character flaw and then that's it. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
The movie's over because they had this one flaw. But in Parenthood, it's like you have this flaw, but then they show you how they work through that. Like in real life, you don't just throw away people, depending on the situation.
Person, yeah.
But like in normal, like, it made me think about like my past long relationship. Like, you know, you say such hurtful things, and in the movie, like, they say hurtful things to each other, and then that moment you're like, how could you say that to me? Like, you. And I thought back to my previous relationship, like when he would say hurtful things, you'd be like, it's like the end of the world. Like, oh my God, you can't say these things to me. Like, that's so hurtful. But then you calm down and then you talk about it. You kind of hash it out. And then you say sorry and you move on. Because, like, you are human and you make mistakes. You say stupid shit.
Yes. Yeah. I like that. I like when people are not perfect.
Yeah.
And I hate the society today wants to hold people to the perfection standard. Like we talked about before, that we won't go into because it's about plastic surgery and women. And
I thought you mean in the other pod. Like,
and I just hate that. I hate, judging people based on that and having this crazy standard for them. And then when they try to meet that standard, then society shits on them anyway. So they can never make anyone happy. So I'll watch it. One day this week.
Watch what?
Parenthood. Yeah, I'll watch
please,
it one day this week.
Please.
And you don't have to see Ginny and Georgia. I don't know if you will like it. I know you like intrigue between like high school age kids.
I do.
So I feel like that you'll like about it.
Yeah.
And you might really like it.
I'll probably watch it this week.
Yeah. Watch like one episode and see how you feel.
Yeah.
I love the mother in it.
Okay.
I love the daughter too. They're just perfectly playing their parts.
I was going to watch it yesterday, but I was in the mood for...
There's no rush.
I was in the mood for an 80s... Like an 80s... I actually was going to just leave it at, like, pick a 80s movie that I wasn't really interested in, have it in the background. Because, like, back in the 80s, even 90s, they would just shoot on film. And somehow, something about that is so easy on the eyes. It's just so pretty to look at.
I know.
So I was like, I didn't want to look at something that's like, is it digital?
I hate digital. I hate digital, and I hate when people have HD on their TV.
That.
And they're like, oh, it looks like you're there. I was like, it looks fucking fake.
It looks crazy.
It looks fake. It looks like...
I get dizzy.
It just takes you out of the fact that it's a show. It's...
Why do you want to be in the show?
I don't want to be in the show. I want it to have a level of fantasy, a level of haze. I don't want to see that person's wrinkles and pores. I don't. Like, I'll see it in person if I meet them and they're next to me or a person in front of you. I don't mind. I don't mind wrinkles and pores. But in a movie, I like the level of fantasy and kind of smoothing out of, like, did this really happen? Is this my memory of being in space or whatever the movie's about? I love that.
Agreed. All right. Well, did you want to talk about something?
Oh, do you want me to segue? Okay.
Sure.
So I found out that someone I know is getting married, and it's always, I love to see it. I love to see it, but like part of me can't help but think of, my own wedding and how things really just went awry at times, and it's fine.
Wait, you mean you're talking about your ceremony or your actual wedding?
My actual wedding, we tried to do it in a church. And because it was during COVID, it was April 17th, 2020. They kept making it smaller. So they kept saying, okay, like no more than 100 people, no more than 50 people, no more than 10 people.
At the chapel?
Yes, at the chapel. So I was like, oh, okay, no more than 10 people. Got it. That's okay. We can do that. Then like a few days before, they're like, yeah, like we can't have anyone.
Holy.
And so
I forgot you were supposed to get married at that chapel.
There were so many things that were like from the start. I don't want to say everything was going wrong, but like kind of everything was going wrong.
Yeah. They were still trying to figure out what the protocol was with everything.
Not only that, but I don't know if you remember, but that limousine company hustled me out of $200.
You never got it back?
Damn. No. That limousine company was like,
that thing you sent me, that reminded me of, now I feel like I know why you sent it to me. About that photographer who didn't want to refund the couple with their wife died.
Yeah, that was so crazy. That TikTok.
Not the same, but still, I could see
that. And then he kept like putting like, okay, so basically I think they're called, well, I don't want to shout out them if they're wrong. If I figure out the name, which I think it's JD Limousine, don't use them.
No.
Because they...
You're in New Hyde Park?
I don't think so. I think it was in I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But definitely put it in once I look it up, because I'm sure I saved the information. They made you sign a contract and everything. You give them like a $200 down payment. They had Jesse meet him in like a sketchy alley place with all these cars. So I guess it wasn't that sketchy.
Yeah.
And then we could never get in touch with them again. So they just took the money and I could never get in touch with them again. I would reach out to the girl who set it up. And I was like, hey, like, what's going on? Can you have a timeline? Do you need some time? Like everything, nothing. Couldn't reach her. She just took the money and
peace.
And
I wonder if they still have a business now.
I hope not. JL or JD Limousine, whatever. When the name comes, put it up.
Put them up.
And then, so that sucked. I wrote them a bad review, but that's about it.
Yeah. The least you can do.
And then, so whatever. We decided to do, so after the wedding didn't work out with the chapel, we really wanted to do it that day because it was our actual anniversary, dating anniversary. So we wanted our marriage anniversary to be the same. And the church said they couldn't do it. And we were just like, what do we do?
Should we just scrap it?
Should we just get married in our living room? And that's what we did.
Wow.
Just got married in the living room.
On Zoom.
On Zoom.
For the family that couldn't be there, but I went there.
Yes, with a few people came in cars and just watched from outside.
Who came out? I know your brother came, but who else?
My brother, Ellie and Casey.
Oh, right.
Jamie Russell.
Oh, that's right.
Your mom and you.
Yeah.
My dad.
Well,
my mom.
I came into the apartment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
you came up. My mom came up, but you guys were not expecting to come up.
Oh my God, I know.
I'm sure it was scary. I mean, you and my mom took off your mask when you came up.
I know.
And at that point, I was like, I don't think we're doing this right, but I hope that everyone's okay. Like,
no, because they were like, for the picture, we have to take off the mask. Like, okay, we came this far. I guess for the picture.
Yeah. And I mean,
I wish I just kept the mask on because like I didn't wear makeup. I didn't think that we were going to take pictures. I didn't even think I was going to go inside.
I was just looking back at the pictures with my mom recently, and Jamie came full full done up. I looked at her in the car, and she just like had her hair laid.
She should have came upstairs.
She
and took
had
pictures.
like really pretty.
I remember she
diamond
had
clips
I remember.
and huge ears. She just looked like glam.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, Jamie, you look great. She just stayed in her car though. And after the wedding, we did it, and then the cake came messed up.
Oh my God, I remember.
Jamie ordered me a cake, which was so sweet, and it just said congratulations. It said congrats on it. And then I ordered a cake from my favorite bakery, and I said, I wrote in the notes, can you write on the cake? Because I didn't want to go anywhere and pick it up physically. I just wanted someone to deliver it.
Yeah.
Because it was the day of. And it's like, can you write on the cake, Mr. and Mrs.?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. They wrote on the cake, Mr. and Mrs. Thank you. Thank you was written on the cake as well. Not just Mr. and Mrs.
Can I put a picture up?
Yes.
Okay.
And that was silly.
Those little mistakes just made, I feel like it just
like a charm.
made it so charming.
Yeah, it was cute. And I have pictures of like Jesse sweeping the deck up before, because then after we had finished the wedding, we went on the deck so we could see everybody down below in our dress. Because I came we had 3 cakes at the wedding. Like, I don't know. I think I got a cake. Jamie got me a cake, and I think my mom got me a cake. So we had 3 cakes. And so I'm like, okay, I have to give cakes to all the cars. So I put my mask on, washed my hands really good. I cut up the cake, brought it out to everybody. And but I had to change my dress. I wasn't going to go down in like my gown. And I'm so happy that I wore my gown. I wasn't going to. I was like, let me wait till the reception when everyone can be there to wear my dress. But Jesse's like, nope, wear your dress today. Mm-hmm. This is the day that we're getting married.
Aww.
And I'm like, okay. And thank God he did, because I never wore that dress again. After like a year and a half later, after that wedding in the living room, my reception was allowed. Right? Like a year and a half had passed, and it was rescheduled, my reception. And so it was allowed. Everything went wrong. Everything you could possibly imagine that went wrong again for the reception. Mm-hmm. Except the good thing was that everyone could be there. But on the reception, I think so much time had passed. Everybody like forgot what we talked about. The hair lady, the hairdresser, she didn't show up. She was so late, and I had to be.
Did she ghost you?
I guess. This is what happened. So I had to be at the makeup artist at a certain time. So I told the hairdresser that, and I said, hey, I have to be with you at this time because I have my makeup art. And if I'm not there for that, I paid like $400
for your makeup?
For my makeup.
Jesus Christ.
And so I'm like, if I'm not there for that, then, you know, I don't want to miss that.
Yeah.
Because my hair was a little less expensive.
Yeah.
So I waited for her for like an hour and a half. She never came.
Damn.
Then
she was supposed to come at the hotel, right?
No, I went to her salon.
Oh.
And she never came. Well, I don't know if it's her salon or she worked there. Mm-hmm. I won't say the name of the salon because they did my hair a different time and it was fine. So I don't know if it's just an isolated incident with that salon that day.
Wait, did you use her after?
No, I never used her again.
So you never heard from her ever again?
No.
Oh my God.
But while I was leaving, I saw her coming up in a cab. But I was already so pissed. And if she had started my hair, mm-hmm. I was going to be late for the makeup. So my hair was not done. Mm-hmm. My mom has a friend who does hair. He doesn't do styles. He just cuts and blows. Mm-hmm. So he tried, and it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Damn.
So then I had my hair some kind of way I can't even describe. And then I went to get my makeup done, and this I do feel bad talking about because my makeup artist is so sweet. Mm-hmm. But it was crazy. It was not great.
What I don't understand is that you had a trial with her.
I had a trial, and for the trial, she did my makeup good.
Eyebrows were good.
Eyebrows were good.
And I don't understand. I think maybe the time had gone so
much time had gone by. I think she forgot what I wanted for my eyebrows, and she did something very 2016 for my eyebrows. And
you were 2020.
I'm sure. I mean, that was in 2021.
Right.
I'm sure that looks good on someone. It does not look good on me. So that looked crazy on me. And in retrospect, I should have done my own makeup. Because it's just, you know your face.
You would have never known. You've done a trial. You've done what you were supposed. You did the right things, Jay.
I know.
You did the smart thing, which a lot of people won't do. They would pay for a trial. You did the extra step saying, hey, I want to make sure that this person is going to do the makeup the right way the day up, like a practice run, right?
She also did my mother's makeup, and she did my mother's makeup beautifully.
Yeah.
My mother looked better than me, so I mean that's always the case. She's
and I
beautiful.
think you know what I think it's important having, maybe like a wedding planner.
Oh
that
yeah, get a wedding planner
for a wedding planner.
Get a wedding planner. Do it, guys. Get a wedding planner.
Yeah.
But I mean, I technically had a planner. Yeah, but you have to like, there's tiers of it, right? There's tiers of wedding planning. I got the lowest tier because that's what I could afford.
Yeah.
And, you pay the price. And then so that happened, right?
Yeah.
So then I finished my makeup. I'm in the room. I'm getting Jessie ready.
Yeah.
Penelope is born at that point. So I had a baby from the time the actual wedding happened to the time the reception happened because a year and a half had gone by.
Yeah.
So I'm getting them ready. You know, my husband and see, like, people are like, your husband gonna get himself ready. But here's the thing. I know, like, I don't know if any wives can agree with this. You want your husband to look a certain way. He's gonna put in the effort he thinks, and it's not the amount that you need.
Yeah.
And so I needed this amount of effort, so I had to help to make sure.
Yeah.
But like in doing that, I think I neglected myself because I was able to glance in the mirror.
Yeah.
And go, oh. And when I tried to like, I was like, oh, I should really fix this. The efficient thing was I could not tweak that makeup at all.
Yeah.
I could not add to it. I could not subtract from it. It was frozen onto my face, and I would have had to take it off to begin again, and I just didn't have the time. The photographer was there, and he was another story.
Oh my god!
So the thing about the photographer is, and I don't know if you know this, but he's retired.
Yeah.
And he had weddings that he was like contractually obligated to before he retired.
Yeah.
So I was one of them that were pushed into this year and a half,
right? Okay.
Whatever. So he was loosey-goosey, fancy-free, just, I don't know. He did like a mini photo shoot with Jamie.
Oh my God, I
was like, okay, bride, go for it. And that was, it was crazy. I don't know. Did I feel beautiful that day? No. Oh. Did I love to see everyone around me look beautiful? Yes. Everyone looked you looked so beautiful on my wedding.
I'm not putting a picture up. I hated the way it looked. I hated how the pictures looked.
Okay. But you in person, the picture where you're holding Penelope and
you should have photographed your own damn wedding. You're so good with catching moments.
That was such a beautiful moment, though. I didn't take that picture.
Who took
I didn't
it?
have my camera on me. My mom took that picture.
Oh,
I didn't have my camera on me. My mom took great pictures. She's a great photographer. She took pictures throughout because I didn't have my phone. It was one of the only times that I really wish that I had my phone. I didn't have my phone. And
this is where I feel like, I don't know if this is the wedding planner or having an assistant on your wedding day. specifically for the bride, because I feel like you were so concerned. You were so concerned about meeting a certain, not a deadline, but the time constraint. You were like, we gotta go because of this. We gotta make it to the where we take pictures, like the garden.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta do this. I gotta do that. If you had somebody to tell you, like, okay, like you have. You could be like, oh, can I do this? Yeah, go ahead. I'll make the time.
She was calling everyone and doing that.
Who?
The wedding planner lady.
What do you mean calling?
She was saying, hey, this is here by here. Are you there yet? Like that. She did those things. But
why do I feel like you were so stressed? That's what I think.
Oh, I was very stressed.
Yeah.
I had absolutely, I don't think I had any fun. What was fun for me was when we finally got, oh my gosh, when we finally got to the reception hall, it was the most annoying thing was that no one listened to me. No one that we did the planning with prior to this listened, wrote anything down. I know that they all kept notes.
Yeah.
But I guess in the year and a half, the notes just deteriorated.
So a year later, I'm saying, like, after when you were about to have your wedding, you didn't go to the place and kind of do like a catch up, like, okay, this is what I.
Yes, we did.
You did.
We did. We got there. We did a catch up before. So a few things, and you should probably, this is annoying wedding details that nobody cares about except me. I told them, like, when we sat down a year and a half later, a few days before the wedding, I said to them, hey, these are things I don't want. I want the sky thing to show. The wedding hall had a, what is it called?
A drape?
Open tent? Roof, like a retractable roof type of thing. And I said, I really want that to show. It's one of my favorite things. I don't want too much decorations going on, just like the flowers. I want that to show. And they were like, oh, your husband had mentioned he wanted this curtain up, this curtain with lights. And I was like, no, I don't want that. That will make the room feel smaller. And I don't want that. She's like, great, because we don't know where it is. And I said, that's perfectly fine, because I never wanted it.
Yeah.
Tell me how on the day of it materialized and ended up on the wall. And then they covered the freaking sky thing that I love, the retractable roof. And I was like, okay. The only person who listened to me, took notes, and what she did. The florist. Freaking killed it. And I didn't know if, like, honestly, when I was talking to her, I don't know if she was listening to me, right? Like, I didn't feel like she was so engaged in what I was saying. Mm-hmm. But I think she's just talented. And she just was like,
knows.
She was like, got it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want anything crazy.
She didn't give you a mock-up?
No.
What?
Actually,
no.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't really remember.
Really?
This is what she did. I made a Pinterest board. And I sent her what I'd like and what I wanted and what I could afford. And she did it based on that.
Amazing.
Yeah, so she made my Pinterest board into like a paper thing. She just printed it out.
But I'm saying, having to pay for, maybe not a wedding planner. Maybe I think what you needed was an assistant to watch over you and watch over the little things that, if you kind of make, an assistant. I'm going to say maybe me, if I was cloned. If I was cloned, I would have seen your eyes dart up and be like, where is the sky? I would have went to the back and be like, open these fucking ceilings up.
No, they put a drape over it. You couldn't have opened it up. What? That's why it felt like we were in a little jewelry box. Mm-hmm. And I hated that. I hated everything about that room. They retiled a wall that didn't need to be done. It was a plain wall, and they put this weird, or maybe it was the floor. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. They tiled something, and I was just like, this is so, why did they do this? Oh. Because the room had been remodeled since I was last there. Then the DJ decided to play back to back. Like, we entered to, they're like, oh, I walk through the doors. They're announcing, oh, this is the couple. Let's do the dance with the father and daughter. I could barely put Penelope down before I had to dance with my dad. And I've never danced with my dad before. Ever in my life. Yeah. And we just look like...
Wait, did you want that to happen?
No, like, give me a beat. Give me, like, a second. Let me get settled.
Oh, I see.
Let me sit in wherever we're supposed to sit at, which I don't even remember sitting.
You didn't sit.
I don't think I sat the whole wedding.
I think maybe to breastfeed, but that was about it.
Yeah. And it was, I don't know, man. So much was
This is a Virgo's nightmare.
Yeah. Yes.
Nothing, no one listened to your
Crazy.
notes.
No one listened to my notes. But when I look back at the wedding, the things that I do feel really happy about is that everybody that I loved was pretty much there.
Yeah.
Mostly everybody that could make it, right? Like some
Right.
people couldn't make it. And a lot of people couldn't make it. Because I think they were also scared of COVID as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even a year and a half later. And then
Your guest book was lost.
my guest book was lost. I really
You didn't even save the flowers.
No, I did. Someone stole my bouquet.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah, someone stole my bouquet. I don't know if they were in the wedding or not in the wedding, but my bouquet was gone.
Yeah.
I did love watching Jesse dance with all his friends.
Yeah.
That was really fun. They went like so crazy with dancing.
What was a moment that stood out for you?
I think there's a few times like when we were all in the garden and we were kind of like relaxing. My brother was holding Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
I love that those kind of moments stay in my brain, like, because that was he had met her like when we arrived,
Yeah.
but that was him like spending time with her, like holding her. I love that. The photo shoot with Jamie, and then
Put it up.
he also took Jesse to do his own photo shoot.
Wait, you didn't get your own?
No,
You
I didn't get my own photo shoot.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. The only times he took solo pictures of me were in the hotel.
In that hallway?
Yes, in that hallway. When Aladdin was doing the backflip, that was so crazy.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That was like, whoa. This went to a different level.
Yeah.
And just like everybody just having a lot of fun made me feel really relaxed, because it's one thing if you're not having fun at a party that you're throwing. That's what I mean. That sucks.
Yeah.
But when you see everybody around you that you love and care about having a good time, that's like, at least it's not completely shit.
Right. Right.
So yeah. But yeah, that was my really long drawn out wedding that went not at all to plan.
Oh.
Like not probably one moment went to plan.
So if you can do it all over again.
I would
Like if you were to do like a, renewal of vows or something. And you had the money to do a
Budget,
budget.
like a
and you had a
crazy
budget.
budget.
You're like, you had this amount of money to spend for this wedding, kind of a redo. Not a redo, but maybe like a renewal.
I would have gotten.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Because obviously we can't go back in time.
No,
Right.
we can't. Not yet.
But do you like the idea of renewal of vows?
I don't know.
You don't like that?
Not really. Maybe I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't do it now. It's so soon. Like, we've only been married for how many years? 3? 4?
All right.
No.
4.
2020 and it's 2024. It'll be 4 years April 17th.
Yeah.
So it's like, do I want to renew it? It
Okay,
feels like
let's
feels
have
like
a time
pretty
machine.
New.
We're on a time machine. We're
We're
going
a time
back.
machine.
We're going back in time, knowing what you know now and what would
I
happen.
probably wouldn't have done the reception, if I'm being honest.
You would just got married in your
Yeah, I
apartment.
would have just kept it in the living room. I feel like so much money for the reception was like not wasted, but to have what you really didn't envision be the thing.
If you don't, I feel like a good gauge is if you don't like to look back on your wedding pictures, then there's a problem.
I love to look back on the day of wedding pictures. I hate
The reception,
yeah.
I meant. Yeah.
And when I look back at the reception, I never look at myself in those photos. I only look at everybody else.
That's not good.
Yeah, it
not good.
wasn't great. I love the photos. I love the location of the photos. Like, I like the planting fields place that I went to.
It was pretty. I saw
Arboretum? Is that how you pronounce that?
Arboretum. Yeah, arboretum.
Um, I loved it there. I thought it was so beautiful.
It was like a vintagey garden.
Yeah,
kind of vibe.
the whole thing of that was so nice. We were going to do it at Old Westbury, but because I had to cancel the wedding, they refunded me instead of rescheduling.
Wait a minute. You weren't supposed to get married at where you were?
No, I wasn't supposed to take the photos where we did.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah, so I was actually able to save $100 because they refunded me, and then I used that money to instead go to the planting fields, which my brother actually did his photos as well.
Okay. So if you were to call your friend, the one that's getting married, and she's like, "Hey, you have any advice?" What would you say?
I don't have advice.
I mean, you would say do your own makeup.
Yeah, I would say do your own makeup.
I feel like that's the safest bet.
If you have any talent in makeup and you like the way you do your own makeup, even if your talent is just like you feel like you're talented, just do your own makeup. If you like the way you do your face, do your face
and your hair
that way.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like get your hair done. Because a lot of
what
people
if it goes wrong, Jay? It went wrong.
I feel like a lot of people style hair, right? I feel
hair
that
could go wrong.
That woman was just unprofessional.
But that's what I'm saying. To be safe, we're sorry.
But then, are you gonna photograph your own wedding too? Like, are you wearing every hat of your wedding? No, yeah. But I would say the one thing definitely maybe do your own makeup. Yeah. Maybe do your own makeup if you like the way you do your makeup. Practice, and then do it yourself. Because I did love the way that my makeup came out the day of, not the reception with the makeup artist. I liked how I did it the day of. And yeah, that's what I'd say about weddings, about my wedding.
Okay.
It's the only advice. And yeah.
There's that.
Have 2 separate dresses. Have one for the wedding and one for the reception.
Did you switch? No, right?
I did have to switch because I was postpartum and I couldn't fit in the original one.
Okay.
So, but I wish that I picked a shorter dress for, because I walked in the planting fields and it got grass stains all on the bottom of my dress.
Did you like your dress?
Like, at the time, I probably liked it. I think I liked my original dress a lot.
Oh, yeah.
But the reception dress, I don't like it now, but I liked it at the time.
I wish you discovered Sister Jane.
Oh,
Imagine
God.
if you did.
Stop. I would love it. I love Sister Jane so much. I'm so happy I discovered them. Go to their website, look at their stuff. So beautiful.
I get bridal,
yeah, they're
vibes from them all the time.
Yeah, I love their stuff. I mean, I don't know if they make gowns for weddings that would be affordable, but
their prints just look bridal to me.
So beautiful.
I'm sure if they have like a white dress, that's very bridal.
Yeah.
Okay, well, wow.
Well, sorry everyone for that long tangent about the wedding.
We were all waiting.
Were we?
Yeah. And the honeymoon.
I think we talked about the last episode. It was canceled, so I didn't go.
That's the cherry on top.
Yeah. We didn't even ever reschedule it because after COVID, the prices for things went up so crazy. Like, we were able to book a trip to Italy for like $1,700.
Damn.
And that is for everything, for where we're staying, for...
Were you going to stay in an Airbnb or a hotel?
I think a hotel.
Nice.
Hotel for two different parts of Italy. But it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
We never went. It's not so bad.
Come on, 2024. This is the year. This is the year where you make up for at least the honeymoon part.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. We don't know what will happen. Well, that's all we got for today, guys. Sorry if you didn't like the wedding tangent. We won't talk about it again.
No.
Thanks for watching. Hope you... I even gonna cry. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow us if you want. Bye.